Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I thought I would walk you through decluttering my arts and crafts supplies. As you can see back over there, that's where I film. And over here is where I do card making and paper crafting and all kinds of fun stuff. I did not clean off my desk and tidy it up and make it look all pretty because I knew I wanted to do a declutter for you all. And I thought I would get a better before and after shot if I showed it actually in action, which is what's going on over there. I've been doing some fun things with foils, and I just realized, you know, I'm kind of running out of space in the area that I have, and I thought it might be a good opportunity for me to just go through all my supplies, see what I want to keep, see what I can donate or give away to other crafty friends, and kind of go from there. I love card making. I have so many supplies, but I really, honestly, genuinely, seriously use probably like 99% of what I have here. Not on every card, but I use it and I make a lot of cards. But I thought I would take this opportunity just to go through this today, and since I'm not ready to declutter my makeup, I thought I would walk you through decluttering my craft supplies. And we'll see how far I go. I might have to break this up into multiple videos. We'll see. And I've got Emma. Along for the ride with me. Okay, so let me reposition myself and we'll get started. Okay, so in this first cart right here, oh, here's the other cat. In this first cart, I have my inks. I have my Copic markers down there, and I have embellishments and all kinds of stuff down there. Sorry, this is kind of an awkward angle to film at. So I have a lot of my go-to supplies in this first cart. That's why this one is the closest to me. I'm telling you right now, not a lot of this stuff is going to go, but we'll walk you through it, or I'll walk you through it anyway. Okay, and I'm sorry if things are a little awkward. It's kind of hard to film this with, oh my god, you gotta see the cat right now. She's losing it. Okay. This is all of my ink. This is a sheet of acetate that I use for ink splooging or splotching or whatever. So, and I also use this acrylic block for watercoloring. I squish my, you've seen me use these. I actually squish these distress inks down onto them. Over in this corner are all my distress mini ink cubes. Those are going nowhere. So they're going to stay right there. And we'll put that on top. This is my color wheel. I'm not really sure where I want to store this just yet. Maybe I'll put it over here. I use that to figure out color combinations and how to blend colors and all that jazz. These are my distress inks and all of my distress oxides. Distress oxides are a pigment version of distress inks. They react a little bit differently with water. They do different things that you can stamp with them. They are very, very cool. I cherish my distress ink collection. This is what I watercolor with. This is what I do all kinds of fun backgrounds and things with. I adore those. In the center here, these are the 3 inks that are my basics. I've got Versamark for a heat embossing. I've got VersaFine for sentiments. It's a nice black pigment ink. And then I've got Ranger Archival ink for watercoloring. Those will stay there. And then in here I have my 2 Memento inks, though I don't really use the Rich Cocoa as much as I thought I would. But I don't want to get rid of it because it's good to have a brown Memento because these are Copic friendly. And StazOn, I use that for slider cards. I love how these ink pads nest together. It just makes me happy. Okay, and then these are my Ranger dye inks. I actually showed these off on Instagram in like a rainbow design. These stack really cool too. Like they nest inside of each other. I love these. These are super bright, excellent dye inks. Gorgeous. Over here I have my Avery Elle pigment inks. Those are going to stay. These are mostly Hero Arts ink cubes. You can't tell already, I love the ink cubes because I can fit 12 of them in one of these little tins from Tim Holtz. It's Tim Holtz. Tim Holtz. Mini Distress Ink Storage Tin. They house any kind of like little 1-inch cubes. The only thing I have duplicates of those two inks. And I'm kind of like, I should get rid of them. But then I'm like, well, what if one... Oh, God. This is where I get stuck. And I'm like, what am I going to do in that spot? I think I'm going to leave those two in there just because they're not taking up any additional space. They're not harming anybody, and I use them, so we'll just leave them alone. The only inks in here that I'm kind of really on the fence are these from Simon Says Stamp. I bought this one because it's blush, and that was one of my wedding colors, and it's pretty, but it's not anything that I was like crazy about. Stone is a color that I pretty much already have from Hero Arts. I think Stone and Wet Cement are about the same, but I like having the bigger ink pad so I can stamp bigger images with it. And anybody out there who uses this, the Simon Says Stamp Intense Black, you're supposed to be able to use this with alcohol markers. I think this absolutely sucks. I hate to say it. Well, number one, I don't like their containers, like the way that they come apart. I feel like I get ink all over myself. And this does not stamp very nicely. I thought, oh cool, it'd be an alternative black from Memento. Memento stamps so much better. Maybe I got like a really dry ink pad. I'm not sure. I'm going to keep those for now. Try to push myself to use them. And if I don't use them and I get more ink, Allison, like you need more, I will get rid of all these. So in this bin right here, this is all my adhesives that I use. I've got Tombow Mono Liquid Glue, Craft Bond from Elmer's, my tape runner, micropore tape for when I die cut, and then this is something that everybody needs to have in their craft room. It's an adhesive eraser. It's phenomenal. So right off the bat, this is empty, so I'm going to let this go. Throw that over there. I don't ever use this. I just don't, so I'm going to let that go. I bought that for bookbinding, and I don't use it. So there, we got rid of some stuff. Okay, and then in here, see, this is where it's like my supplies are just getting a little out of control. These are like my scissors. These are my Tim Holtz snippers. I don't know, I can't remember what they're called. They're serrated and Teflon coated. They're phenomenal. I use these to break apart my dies. Tim Holtz mini stapler. And these tools, these EK tool, they're like border scissors. Bye-bye. Forgot I had them, quite honestly. Let me put my other scissors in there. Okay, so in this second section here, this is where I keep all my Copic markers. If you are an art nut, you know that I don't have as many as come in the collection. There's like almost 400, I think, in the collection, but I do have a pretty good chunk. They're one of my weaknesses, but I use them and I love them, so they're all staying. I have these two paint markers, gold and silver. These somehow ended up in my bag when I went to Hobby Lobby like a year ago. I thought, oh cool, I'll keep them and use them. Nope. My distress sprayer, I do really like this. And then in here I have some of these little dollar tins that you can get at Target, and I use them to house stuff, and like my re-inkers for my Copics, the ones that I have, and those are my pigment liners. So all of that is staying. Okay, this is a Fiskars Basic Font stamp set. I don't like these stamps. They're more jelly-like. I don't think they're photopolymer. I don't know exactly what they are, but I don't feel like they give a really good impression. I feel like I never use them because I have them hidden. It's such a huge stamp set. I thought, oh cool, I can make all of my sentiments with one stamp set. Nope, never use it. I haven't used this just yet. That's for die cutting and applying adhesive. These are some of my stencils. They're from Heidi Swap. I used that on an Easter card. I used that on a Mother's Day card. I haven't used that one on a card yet. I have tried to. It's a little big though. And then a Tim Holtz spiderweb one. This is one of those pouches from an Erin Condren planner. I'm never going to use it. Get rid of that. This is my hot glue mat. It's silicone. You can glue on it and it won't burn your table. Can't make any promises that you won't burn yourself, but that is really good. And then this is my, it's Teflon. It's Teflon sheets. It's not the Ranger Craft mat. I bought 3 of them for about half the price of one Ranger Craft mat on Amazon. So got that. And then we'll put this stuff back down here. These are all of my embellishments. These are things that I embellish projects with. So I don't really see myself getting rid of a lot here, but there's some stuff that I probably can. So these are my sequins for shaker cards. These are going to stay. These are my seed beads for shaker cards. Got this off Amazon for like 10 bucks. This is staying. Coffee filters for all my heat embossing. I just want to look through my powders really quick just to make sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I want to keep all of these. I use clear and white the most. There's copper, and Ranger Gold is really, really good. This one's really pretty. I just haven't really figured out what to use it for just yet. Just making sure these are all still good and not getting, that one's getting a little, no, it's fine. I haven't used this one yet, the Frosted Crystal. I thought it would give more of a frosted effect. I'm not sure. I gotta look into how to use that better. Silver from Ranger. Ranger is pretty much my favorite brand. Liquid Platinum. Gold Tinsel. Some of the glitter ones aren't my favorite. Oh my god, there's all kinds of junk in the bottom of this. Oh my god, that one's leaking. That's what the problem is. Enchanted Gold. It's really pretty. But the ones with glitter in it, I have a really hard time telling when they're done cooking. So that is all of that. I have these Ranger pens. These are embossing pens. I'm kind of like, ugh, whatever. I'm going to keep them for now. Here, this is an art bin. And it has all kinds of stuff in it that I'm probably not really going to ever use again. I bought all of these gems and pearls for my wedding dress. I'm wondering if there's other stuff, like for my bouquets, my wedding bouquet. I wonder if there's other things that I could put in here to clear this out a bit. I have these cool buttons. They're kind of neat, but I'm also kind of like, I thought I'd use them on cards more often. I just never reach into this bin. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm thinking I'm probably going to empty this and keep this for other stuff, just because I don't use these things. They're too bulky for cards, outside of maybe the buttons. I know my stepson likes to use these on the Easter cards, so I kept him some of the cuter ones, but even that, it's just kind of like, whatever. I know. So I'm going to set this aside, not put that back down there. Then the other 2 things that are hanging off the front, these are all of my acrylic blocks. I use all of these quite frequently. I sometimes wish I had more. And then these are my sponge daubers. I use these for ink blending. I'm kind of like, I've got some of the little finger ones. These are homemade ones that I'm not a huge fan of, but I like them for pigment ink. I'm going to keep them all. There's nothing really in here that I can see myself. Well, some of these that already have color on them, it's like, no, whatever. Well, I guess that one wants to go. The rest of these are just going to stay because I use them when I do ink blending, and that will be fine and dandy.